Welcome to my next attempt to make a swept wing fighter type model with a wing very similar to the A7, and it's going to look like the A7 mostly. I've making use of bell cranks to drive the ailerons with a single servo, and at the same time that eliminates most of the angular error that would have been there in the linkages to try to get a correct perpendicular orientation of the push rod at the hinge line. So the focus, would you? The servo is just set in there, and the you'll notice the main spar that a lot of people don't realize should be there in a swept wing. I'm panning across it here. It happens to be about 50% of root cord. You can see it in this other wing that wasn't successful. The main spar right there at the center of the picture. It ties all three parts together, the wing halves and the center section. Where a wing is zero-dihedral, that's easy and not a big deal. In the case of a swept wing, though, well, rather what I meant to say was on a regular wing, the main spar can also be the dihedral brace, a dihedral bracing component across the fuselage at the center section. In a swept wing, that isn't so. That's why a separate main spar is called for, and zero-dihedral becomes the way to go. Simplifies things. I had a plan for dihedral, but it turned out to be too complicated or otherwise wouldn't work. Stupid cameras. Anyway, this is the idea that these it has an what I call an over-under 30% spar with webbing put in partway out for strength and stability. But when I covered this with film, strength becomes quadrupled by the skin being on there. So anyway, but these are normal building techniques, and this webbing is 32nd inch balsa. Why won't you focus? Better. Webbing is 32nd inch balsa, weighs almost nothing. But I could save a little bit by not taking it clear out to the wingtip. The wingtips are built up blunt or rounded tips, simple. They're mostly hollow, made out of 1/8 inch balsa and then sanded down to where there's not that much left. The subspars are there for the covering more than anything. I've used 2 subspars at the top to help maintain the airfoil shape, but nothing extra on the bottom except the lower component of the 30% spar. Anyway, it's scheduled to weigh about 110 grams when it's finished. That's pretty good. It's fine. Now I'm finding out why people don't work with EDFs very much. They take a lot of planning. Anyway, that's my story for today. Thanks.